The Oregon Hatchery Research Center is a unique and dynamic facility located next to Fall Creek, 15 miles west of Alsea on Highway 34. Fall Creek is a tributary of the Alsea River, situated within the Oregon Coast Mountain Range, a vast area of temperate rainforest that supports some of the strongest anadromous salmonid runs in the lower 48 states. The nearly $8 million research center will help scientists and researchers answer questions related to fish recovery and hatchery programs. The center is similar to several other facilities in the Pacific Northwest, but includes a unique feature: 4 parallel artificial streams in which to do research. This state-of-the-art facility will preserve Oregon's status as a national leader in fish research. Work here will help answer questions regarding the relationship between hatchery and wild salmonids. Construction of this modern center started in April 2004 and was completed in October 2005. The center replaced the original Fall Creek Hatchery that was constructed in 1952. During its prime, the Fall Creek Hatchery produced 1 million coho smolts and 150,000 fall Chinook smolts every year. Fish were released into Fall Creek to augment commercial and sport fisheries in the Pacific Ocean and sport fisheries in the Alsea River Basin. 1998 was the last release from the Fall Creek Hatchery, and the transformation started to what is now called the Oregon Hatchery Research Center.
The purpose of this center is to provide a place for scientists to study native fish recovery and hatchery programs. The center's fish rearing facilities include 4 innovative artificial streams right behind me that replicate natural channels and allow scientists to study the effects of substrate, cover, shade, and water flow, and to simulate a variety of natural conditions. In addition, the center has 4 raceways to produce fish under traditional hatchery conditions for comparison with wild fish, and a tank farm with approximately 40 tanks at present for rearing groups of fish.
The Oregon Hatchery Research Center is owned by the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife and is jointly operated by ODFW and Oregon State University's Department of Fisheries and Wildlife. Other partners include NOAA Fisheries, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, tribes, and other Oregon Plan partners. ODFW employees are on site to oversee maintenance and safety and provide general fish culture guidance to researchers.
Researchers at the center will ask and answer a number of questions over the coming years. Questions like, what types of habitat provide the best environments for salmon spawning and egg survival? Or what key differences exist between wild and hatchery fish, and how do those differences impact the health and survival of wild fish? How can the survival of fish be maximized during their migrations to and from the ocean? The answers to these questions and many more in the years to come will help Oregon make science-based decisions about stream habitat restoration, hatchery management practices, and other efforts to restore and conserve Oregon's prized salmon and steelhead populations.
The 4 artificial streams are 200 feet long and 25 feet wide. Gravel, tree branches, and root wads help simulate a natural stream environment. Eventually, there will be 88 tanks in the tank farm with a variety of diameters. Scientists will be able to rear individual families of fish or discrete experimental units under replicated conditions. 4 refurbished raceways from the old hatchery are located in front of the new 18,000 square foot building, which has a conference room, research offices, wet and dry laboratories, and a dormitory upstairs. The weir and fish ladder have been modified and upgraded on Fall Creek, where some of the stream is diverted to supply the research facility. Fish can be trapped, studied, and then passed upstream or removed from the structure for further study.
The most important question that I see this center addressing is comparing hatchery and wild fish. Hatcheries have been around for a long time. They've been used by a number of agencies for a variety of purposes. They produce enormous numbers of animals. Quite understandably, there's been questions raised about the function of hatcheries, the operation of hatcheries, the impact of hatcheries, what role should hatcheries play.
For many years to come, researchers and scientists at the Oregon Hatchery Research Center will work to understand mechanisms that may create differences between hatchery and wild fish, develop approaches to manage hatchery fish in ways that conserve and protect native fish, and educate the public on the relationship between hatchery and wild fish, the connection between fish and watershed, estuarine, and ocean systems, and the implications for fish management and stewardship.
So any guesses on what that one is? So if we look at our picture here, we got Chinook coho. The Chinook had the anal fin that's shorter than it is long.
The center has scheduled hours for public visits. In addition, the facility has a strong education mission to educate K-12 youth, university students, and interested individuals about wild and hatchery salmon and steelhead. The area will also provide professional development opportunities for ODFW employees and other natural resource professionals. Information collected at the Oregon Hatchery Research Center will help answer questions vital to the success of the Oregon Plan for Salmon and Watersheds and implementation of the Native Fish Conservation Policy. The Oregon Hatchery Research Center, a high-tech and modern facility, will set the standard for salmonid research for present and future generations.